Hey y'all, it's your girl Kashawn Kick It In. Welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe so you can always catch these vibes and all that post notifications so that way you get notified every time there's a pickety post. That is my fault, thanks guys, it's booty, but that's a whole another story. Okay, so today we're gonna get into the topic of not settling. I used to have this sticker on my computer back in the day. It was like, boot is too big to settle. And like I put it on there like as a joke. And um, I think none of us should settle, and here's why. I feel like, especially when you are at a low point in your life, people feel like they can come in and kind of offer you anything, and you're just supposed to like appreciate that. And I feel like when you are at your lowest point in life, that gives people the opportunity to show you, like, how they would show up and show out for you. Because it's awesome to be there for somebody when everything is okay and 100%. But when you were literally struggling and you were trying to find a way to like make it through and make it for yourself, you really find out who's truly there for you. And at the same time, manipulators. Now, y'all know by this point, like, that I've gone through like a bunch of different abuse. Like I've gone through DV, situations with my family. I've gone through like SA from the hospital, and like when you go through stuff like that, you begin to sit and think, and then you realize just in like even just in relationships, friendships and like romantic relationships, there's been a bunch of like different like emotional and like mental abuse as well. And when you're at a low point, manipulators will what's the word, I guess, like pry on that, when they're like, oh, okay, I know you don't have anybody else, so I can kind of like give you this like half-ass effort, and you'll appreciate it because no one's giving you anything, quote unquote, right? And that's where really just taking the time to focus on yourself, and your self-worth and your self-love, and truly understanding who you are and working on your confidence really comes in majorly. Because if you don't work on those things, then you will accept that and you will think that it's okay, and it's not. But when you work on your self confidence and you work on your self love, and you begin to try to figure things out, it's not that you think you're better than anybody. It's just like, hey, I have confidence in myself and I know my worth, and I don't have to accept just anything. And I think that that's really important, especially for women. I have had a lot of weird relationships and friendships and relationships where a lot of times in both, I'm the one that's giving the most. I'm giving most of my time, I'm giving most of my attention, I'm constantly uplifting and boosting others, helping them, in their careers and etc. And then, you're left with like, okay, well, who's doing that for me? Who's lifting me up? Who's boosting me up? Who's feeding into me and helping me with my career and all this other kind of stuff? And again, that's both in friends and in romantic partners. And when you have a life altering situation that I've had, like having disability, there are a lot of times where you were forced to sit and think because you have more time to sit, think, and analyze than you normally would had you, been able to do whatever it is you want to do as far as your career, have the extra time, and you're out and about hanging out with people, etc. Well, that's not the case for me. So I'm literally sitting and doing a lot of reflecting. And with that, it's just like, I realized that like something I personally need to work on is I give a lot of myself to people and I don't necessarily get the same in return. So I'm having to like learn how to like withhold like more of me and like pour more into me in the way that I usually pour into people and uplift people. Because if you have conversations with people, it'll be very telling. Have a conversation with somebody, just a normal conversation, and see how many times they uplift you, how many times they compliment you, how many times they quote unquote boost your ego. If you're realizing you're the one that's doing more of that than getting of it, then 9 times out of 10, that's how that friendship or romantic relationship is gonna be. You're gonna be the one giving more than you're getting. So I just feel like, you know, and again, it's not that you're thinking you're better than anybody. I'm not saying, you know, once you have the confidence, start talking down to people. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying once you realize, hey, you are worthy of something better in both friendships and romantic relationships, hold yourself to that higher standard, because you don't have to just accept anything just because that's what's being offered to you. I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I will see y'all in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.